As the beloved star of films like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Edward Scissorhands, and the Pirates of the Caribbean series, Johnny Depp became well known across Hollywood. However, because of recent events in his life, his name has generated a wide range of emotions and dialogues. The most recent cause of this was his divorce and defamation action against his ex-wife Amber Heard. A lot of information about the celebrity surfaced, giving us enough to think about. Born in 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky, Depp's future is full of ups and downs. His upbringing and attitude would be significantly impacted by his parents' marriage. According to Depp, his father was a calm and composed man, while his mother, Betty Sue, was the complete opposite. Throughout raising their 4 kids, the couple seldom ever got together on anything. Since Depp's family traveled often, stability seemed foreign to them. When Depp was 15, his parents' tumultuous marriage and frequent arguments led to their eventual divorce. Following his father, John Christopher Depp's departure from the family, the younger Depp assumed parental duties. For Depp and his siblings, growing up with their emotionally and physically abusive mother made every day living a nightmare. Her remarks were like daggers piercing her children's anxieties. She gave them derogatory nicknames. Her second son, for instance, was called Four Eyes, as he wore glasses. There were also verbal jabs aimed at Depp's visual handicap. Depp grew raised in such a tumultuous and toxic household that he distanced himself from society. After his parents' divorce, his mother attempted suicide, but his uncle caught wind of it and stopped her. The poisoning in Depp's family only became worse as a result of his mother's decline. Depp was never able to remain in one place long enough to make friends or blend in with society since they moved so often. In an interview, the Pirates of the Caribbean star revealed that he was raised in over 40 locations. No matter where they went, his mother would not stop being harsh. Depp developed a strong affinity for music during this difficult time and started strumming the guitar as a way to relax. Depp moved out and began pursuing his musical career after reaching maturity. It was around the start of the 1980s when he joined the Kids. While Johnny was looking for a record deal for the band, he fell in love with Lori-Ann Allison, whom Depp subsequently married. Depp met Nicolas Cage via makeup artist Lori-Ann, who suggested that Depp take up acting as a side job. Even if he didn't achieve success at the time, Cage, the well-known director Francis Ford Coppola's nephew, had connections in Hollywood. A Nightmare on Elm Street director Wes Craven was casting, and Cage scheduled an audition for Depp. Depp undertook it despite his hesitation and lack of acting experience. Because of his charm, Wes Craven's daughter was captivated by him and helped him get the role of the main character's boyfriend. Despite his initial reluctance to perform, Depp ultimately concluded that his new job was sufficient since it covered his expenses. To his amazement, he was good at it. After a run of successful box office releases with films like Platoon and the TV show 21 Jump Street, Depp began to hunt for roles in interesting ventures. Cry Baby was his first passion project, a musical comedy. Despite the favorable reviews the film received from critics and audiences at first, Depp is proud to have had a part in creating this iconic work of art. Depp collaborated with director Tim Burton on several well-known films after the two met in 1990. In his debut film project Edward Scissorhands, Depp acted alongside Winona Ryder, the woman he would later fall in love with. When the two first met at the Great Balls of Fire premiere, according to Depp, it was love at first sight. With little time, their romance blossomed and Depp was living with Ryder and even popped the question. Since they were both young and about to embark on spectacular careers, the media quickly became interested in their connection. Despite intense public scrutiny, one thing was clear: they were deeply in love. Depp and Winona decided to end their relationship after 3 years of demanding work schedules and constant media attention. They even got a tattoo that said Winona forever. It needed more than just love for them to thrive in their relationship. A friend of Depp's claims that he was completely ignorant of the breakup and how much it had changed his life. Depp's buddy and director Tim Burton saw that he had changed. Burton spoke on how, after the split, Johnny stopped being as sociable and entertaining as he always was. The split severely affected Winona, who said that this was her first experience with genuine loss. She altered Depp's tattoo from Winona Forever to Winnow Forever. Depp threw himself back into his acting career as a diversion. He starred in the 1993 film What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Leonardo DiCaprio. Even though the movie didn't do well at the box office, critics gave it positive reviews, and Depp was praised for his subtle portrayal, even though DiCaprio stole the stage. At this point, Depp bought the renowned and historic Los Angeles bar, the Viper Room. There, he spent much of his time writing and performing music, but tragedy cast a shadow over his new venture very soon. 2 months after he bought it, it, one of his closest friends, River Phoenix, passed dead from a heroin overdose outside the club. The club was described as a refuge for drug use, prostitution, and deaths by various media outlets throughout their severe coverage of this catastrophe. Even with the lingering rumors, Depp insisted that his institution was well-run and drug-free. The next year, Depp starred in the biographical drama Ed Wood, playing a Hollywood director known for his ineptitude and bizarre methods. The movie provided Depp with fresh life and energy for acting at a trying time in his personal life. It was a commercial flop, but it received high praise from critics. Depp's reputation as one of Hollywood's most talented young actors blossomed as he took on a variety of oddball roles. He received a Golden Globe nomination for his performance. Alongside his professional success, Depp's personal life also prospered. He fell in love again with English model Kate Moss. However, this relationship also terminated. For 3 years, Depp co-starred with Al Pacino in the movie Donnie Brasco. In addition to being a box office success, the film won praise for one of Depp's greatest performances to date. However, Depp's relationship with Kate Moss was short-lived as he fell head over heels for French actress and singer Vanessa Paradis. A year after they initially met, while Johnny was employed in France, Lily Rose Depp became the couple's first child. This was a committed relationship. Depp continued to collaborate with well-known Hollywood performers such as Charlize Theron, Cate Blanchett, Christopher Walken, and Roman Polanski. Depp's career changed when he signed on with Walt Disney Pictures in 2003 to portray Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie franchise. Depp's performance was the show's headliner with a massive box office hit. He received his first Academy Award nomination for his role as the quirky pirate. The next year, he received a second Oscar nomination for his performance in Finding Neverland. In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Depp re-teamed with Tim Burton, a frequent collaborator, for the iconic Willy Wonka role. He then voiced a character in the animated stop-motion film Corpse Bride. These varied roles served as a reminder to the audience of Depp's versatility as an actor, demonstrating his ability to fit into almost any character. When Depp's daughter Lily Rose received an E in 2007, it was a daunting challenge: intestinal distress caused by a coli infection. Depp stayed at her side the whole time she was in the hospital, consoling her in her grief. He would come to recall it as the lowest point of his life. Depp gave $2 million to Great Ormond Street Hospital as a token of appreciation for their treatment after his daughter made a successful recovery. Following this encouraging encounter, Depp began visiting hospitals more often, generally dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow to lift the spirits of the sick children. After Depp landed the lead in Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, his sixth film with Burton, his career took off. Rather than hiring a voice teacher, Depp committed himself to the effort of producing records for the role he had to sing. Due to the film's commercial and critical success, Depp was nominated for a third Academy Award. When Depp announced his Native American heritage in 2011, he faced backlash. He said in an interview that his great-grandmother was Cherokee or Creek, but there was no proof to support this claim. The criticism intensified when Depp was cast as Tonto, the Native American character in Disney's The Lone Ranger. Native American tribes were worried by the whitewashing of indigenous characters, and the film drew strong criticism for perpetuating stereotypes. The controversy grew when Depp appeared in Dior's Sauvage fragrance advertisement dressed in Native American attire. The criticism led to the campaign's eventual cancellation. While filming The Rum Diary in 2011, Depp got to know Amber Heard. 2015 saw the two get married in a civil ceremony after they began dating. However, a year later, Heard sued for divorce and obtained a restraining order against Depp, alleging that he had mistreated her verbally, physically, and emotionally throughout their relationship. She would also reveal that for most of their relationship, he had been abusing drugs and alcohol. When Depp's doctor and drug addiction revealed that he had battled drinking and drug addiction and had made several attempts to rehabilitate, it would prove to be true. He was reminded of his early musical career and his club, the Viper Room, because of his drug problems. Depp claims that using drugs helped him become someone else and escape his emotions while performing. His doctor found out that he had previously abused cocaine, alcohol, and opiates. Following his visit with his physician, Depp searched for detoxification. Depp often stopped the detox process because he was experiencing withdrawal symptoms. His doctor said that Depp had secretly told him that Heard had stopped Depp's detoxification in the past by making him beg for his medication just as he was starting to show signs of withdrawal. Financial difficulties. Many would assume that a well-known someone like Depp could never experience financial hardship. Nevertheless, it so happens that Depp was experiencing financial hardships when his marriage collapsed. collapsed. According to Variety, Depp has made almost $650 million from his acting career. Nevertheless, the money seems to have vanished over 26 years. He broke up his partnership with his management group and launched a $25 million lawsuit against them because they failed to pay his taxes. He reportedly owed the IRS over $100 million in unpaid taxes. He owes $40 million to his business. The issue was finally settled for an undisclosed amount. In a lengthy interview with Rolling Stone, Depp discussed his financial difficulties during his last legal battle with management. His managers denied any allegations of mishandling his finances by asserting that he led an opulent lifestyle, spending $3,000 a month on wine, for instance. Depp thought this was particularly ridiculous since he admitted to spending much more than that. There was also the tale of his spending $3 million to shoot Hunter Thompson's ashes out of a cannon. In response to the rumors, Depp said that the sum was $5 million instead of $3 million. In addition, he claimed to have settled with Vanessa Paradis for around $150 million after their split. Heard's court cases. Heard published a piece on her experience with physical and psychological abuse and how, amid the US Me Too movement, she overcame it. Even though her marriage wasn't disclosed at the time, many thought it was Depp. After being called a wife beater by the publication The Sun, Depp tried to sue, but his case was not successful. The beginning of the actor's downfall in the movie business came when Warner Brothers broke up with him, even though he had agreed to return to the part of Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts trilogy. Heard made several demands during the couple's divorce proceedings, one of which was to live rent-free in the property they owned. She asked Bill to cover her legal costs and finish the payment on the black Range Rover he had begun to purchase. In return for her guarantee, she pledged to keep their marriage secret and out of the public view, but the demands persisted over time. The demands increased from that point onto $4 million, $5 million, and finally $7 million, which Depp finally paid. For a time, it seemed as if everything had been settled, but not forever. Heard's 2018 Washington Post opinion post against Depp ignited a heated debate, and the actor quickly sued. The complaint was made because 3 statements made against him were slanderous. The headline read as follows: Amber Heard, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. The second stated, 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. The final statement read, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse. Previously, Depp has been rejected by every major Hollywood company. Depp refuted her claims, claiming that he had endured verbal, emotional, and physical violence throughout their relationship. Declaring that all of her charges against him were untrue, he departed. Disney was among the sponsors that cut ties with Depp as a result of the whole issue. His opportunity to make $22 million on Pirates of the Caribbean 6 was missed. Heard nonetheless kept working on important projects like Aquaman and L'Oreal. Petitioners want Heard to be removed from the DC universe after her transformation into Hera. Millions of people signed the petition, yet nothing was done with it. In response to Depp's claims that he had organized a harassment campaign to get her fired from all of her endeavors, Heard promptly filed a complaint. The Heard countersuit quickly went to trial, with 3 of the allegations being that Depp had conspired with his then attorney Adam Waldman to make statements that were published in the Daily Mail. The first of Waldman's statements was, Heard and her friends in the media used fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and a shield. The second spoke of Heard and her friends roughing up an apartment and spilling wine, getting their stories in place with the help of a publicist and lawyer, then proceeding to call the police. Waldman referred to all of Heard's abuse claims and allegations against Depp as a hoax. After the verdict, Heard's attorneys tried to have Depp's lawsuit against the Sun magazine withdrawn, but the judges turned down their request. In April 2022, the Depp v. Heard case was filed in Virginia. Right now, the trial is all the rage on the internet. Heard accused Depp of domestic abuse, claiming that the actor's drunken return from drinking and drug use had turned her life into a nightmare. Depp retaliated with several accusations of his own. The trial was a tit-for-tat situation since the accused angrily denied all of the claims made against them. However, there is strong proof in the case of abuse that is aimed at both parties. Heard gave several eyewitness tales of Depp's violent attack on the United Kingdom. Among the evidence were emails, journals, and photos showing her wounds. Upon examination, they revealed clear indications of maltreatment. Depp was allegedly involved in several situations whilst under the influence of drugs and alcohol. In one of the testimonies, one of her friends said how in 2019, she saw Depp lose his temper, destroy the cabin they were living in, and make threats against her. Depp was said to be stoned and drunk. Multiple witnesses confirmed this claim. Depp's friend Paul Bethany had dreams of burning Heard at the stake for being a witch, according to texts between them. One of the texts reported Depp saying, "Let's drown her before we burn her." It was also revealed that on March 25th, the day the two left for Australia, Depp mistreated her repeatedly while tearing up for 3 days. Depp ended up losing the tip of one finger as a consequence of this. Heard said that Depp struck a plastic wall, hurting his finger during his outburst. Depp disagreed, saying that she had severed his finger when she threw a glass bottle at him. Some individuals had a hard time reconciling Depp's alleged anger with his public persona as a kind and charming man, but details of his interactions with the police revealed how untrue their claims were. When the police were called to break up an uncomfortable party in Johnny Depp's hotel room in 1989, Johnny was arrested for assaulting a security guard. Depp admitted to punching the officer and spat on his face. After causing damage to the hotel room, he stayed at the Mark Hotel with Kate Moss, his then girlfriend. He had more police issues in New York 5 years later. Depp paid almost $100,000 in litigation expenses. Another occurred in 1999 when he got into a fight with many photographers attempting to capture a picture of him and was transported to the police station. When approached outside the Mirabelle restaurant, he made a wooden board threat at the photographers. Depp issued counterclaims in response to the accusations of physical abuse leveled against him. Throughout their relationship, Depp released audio recordings of his conversations with his ex-wife to the general world. Heard mentioned striking Depp in one of the tapes, saying, "I'm sorry I didn't give you a proper slap across the face, but I was hitting you, baby. It wasn't like punching you. You're all right. I didn't damage you. I wasn't punching you. I was hitting you. I'm not sure what my real hand action was." When Depp expressed his fears about the violence on the tape, Heard stated she couldn't promise she wouldn't hit him again because she couldn't control her emotions. In a filmed version of the Australia incident, Heard makes fun of Depp, saying that he wouldn't have a chance to tell the world that he was assaulted and that many people wouldn't believe a guy could be a victim. Many of Depp's friends and ex-lovers confirmed that the accusations were strange and that in certain situations he was somewhat different from himself. Heard has, however, previously been connected to violent accusations. When it was said that she had struck her spouse in 2009, she was arrested at the airport. However, no legal action was ever taken. The evidence of Heard's former assistant, who said that Heard had spat in her face for asking for a pay increase, was another. Throughout the trial, Depp revealed that Heard had never really fulfilled her promise to donate her divorce settlement to a charity. Following an 8-week trial, the jury pondered for more than 12 hours before arriving with a verdict. The jury concluded that Heard had disparaged Depp in 3 false op-ed statements. Depp was paid $10 million for this. The jury found that Alan Waldman's first and third statements about Heard's countersuit were accurate and not defamatory. Waldman's second claim, however, was shown to be false and hateful. As a result, she was compensated $2 million in damages. Thanks to the jury, Depp was able to resume his life. In his view, he welcomed the victory on behalf of all men who have been assaulted but have been silenced by Hollywood as a result of their marginalization. Following his relocation to the UK, Depp now stays there and focuses on touring with his band and making independent films around Europe. Johnny Depp has struggled with drug addiction, marital violence, and the tragedy of his early life. Still, Depp persists in attempting to govern his life. Depp's life demonstrates that fame does not guarantee happiness or peace of mind. Prosperity and wealth wouldn't be able to take away his sense of isolation and loneliness. What do you think about the unfortunate life of Johnny Depp? Share your thoughts in the space below the comments. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel and hit the thumbs up. See our channel for more incredible stories like this one. Watch our next video.